Nigeria is a sovereign nation.
Yes.
I don't believe in any nation coming in to solve your problem for you. Because for me, once you start that, it also weakens your idea of sovereignty. And there are international conventions against that. But that is not a pretext for killings to be happening for 15 years and we can't solve the problem. What is wrong with Nigerian government solving the problem? Majority of the budget, you funneled it to insecurity. You can't solve the problem. We keep seeing government officials taking pictures with bandits, endorsing them. We keep seeing political correlations with these bandits. We keep seeing, it's not in Zamfara State that two people were fighting, that they said they were looking for people that somebody, where they saw the person in the government was related to a former leader in that state. So we know this association. Why can't we stop this insecurity? We can call Trump's name. We can call Trump all sorts of names. We can insult Trump and everything. The question is, the Trump lie, is there no killings in Nigeria? Yes, Muslims are being killed. Christians are being killed. Shokmono worshippers are being killed. Ayilala worshippers are being killed. Ifa, Shong, everybody worshippers are being killed. Should the killings be happening? Shouldn't Nigerians' life matter? Shouldn't President Tinubu, that talked about the slaughtering of Christians, that was hounding Jonathan then, that Dr. Abazi confirmed that they even traveled to America to go and report Jonathan then, shouldn't he do the things he criticized Jonathan for? It's so easy to criticize. Now we are telling President Tinubu, do what you criticize Jonathan for. Stop these killings. It's not about rhetoric or anything. I just want killings to stop. See, there are a couple of foundations and NGOs that I work with that do work in IDP camp. Femi, at a point in this country, the first IDP camps I started hearing of was when Liberian refugees used to come here. Today, Nigerians are living in IDP camps in their own country due to this insecurity. That's true. And we are treating this with kid gloves, and we are trying to start we are talking government narrative. Stop the killings, that's all we want.
So fix the problem I think is the biggest response from the Nigerian people. Yes, you might say, I mean, for those who have conspiracy theories around why Trump is now having a particular interest in Nigeria and designating it as a country of particular concern, and even to the extent of threatening military invasion. But the truth is that if I use the analysis or the illustration of the fox and the vine, if the hedge is broken, the fox can get to the vine. So they have a platform, an excuse, as it were, to come in. And unfortunately, the excuse is actually factual. It doesn't give America the right on whatever level. We've talked about the UN Charter and what it says about sovereignty of nations. But the truth is that as a people, and I said it before, we should be actually embarrassed that it's taken the Western world to tell us what we know is a problem, and what internally we have discussed a number of times. I think it's quite unfortunate that the reason why action is now being taken is because the West has come to tell us what our problem, what has been a problem for so long, and hopefully, and that's why some people were rejoicing on social media, because they're like, maybe finally a problem, it will now be a solution to the problem that has plagued Nigeria for so many years. But I must emphasize, and I think we set that point on this table today, there's no benefit to Nigeria for any external nation to invade. We should not rejoice about that. We shouldn't talk about us our sovereignty being threatened. The United States, no matter how super a power it is, does not have the right to invade another nation without the nation inviting it and obeying international laws. Let's be factual about this as well. Absolutely. But are there challenges? Absolutely. And I believe that this gives us an opportunity to finally fix this problem. Hopefully, this is what Nigerians can gain from all this as that has happened. We can throw around, theories upon theories, but the crux of the matter is that let us fix a problem whereby Nigerian lives will matter. Finally, on this doctor strike, there have been contentions around that. I say this because we had been raising that alarm about the fact that this is a critical sector in Nigeria, and they are going on strike. The federal government said it released 11 billion naira, but the doctors are contending that until their 19-point demands are met, and also the fact that they say the money that the government said they are owing them is not the actual amount of money. We're talking about COVID allowance here. Look at the people who risked their life during COVID-19 and their allowances have not been paid, 5 years later. So speaking up for them today and asking the government to do right by them. Let's not get to another critical situation where we then begin to run, helter-skelter.
Thank you.
Okay, I've made a point that President Trump saying the now disgraced country, that's how he characterizes Nigeria. How are we a disgraced country? Nigeria is a country of great people. Even if we don't have anything, we have great human resource. We have individuals doing very well, even in the United States, and excelling everywhere. He says he wants to defend our cherished Christians in Nigeria. He has become the defender of the faith, along with Congressman Moore and Cole, and also Senator Ted Cruz. Now, the point that we need to make is that all lives in Nigeria matter. People have cited examples of how, Christians have been targeted and all of that. But if you ask Governor Zulum of Borno State, he will tell you that most of the people who have suffered from Boko Haram, or those President Trump referred to as Islamists, are Muslims. So the point should be that all lives in Nigeria matter. And the attempt to push Nigeria into a north-south divide, into a religious war, even if Trump brings his drones and all of that and carries out any operation in any part of Nigeria, it is we, the people of Nigeria, that will suffer. Long after that operation must have stopped. And I repeat the point that Trump is being hypocritical. What is he doing about the Christians in Kuwait? He's not doing enough. What is he doing about the Christians in Palestine and in the strip of Gaza? Instead, he's supporting Israel to attack them. Now, people have made the point about, resource, war, and all of that. And I say, no, that argument is a bit tenuous. America is not taking more fuel from Nigeria. America is not taking our gas from Nigeria LNG. Okay, maybe we have lithium and all of that. But, I think that argument is a cover-up. What we should insist upon is the sovereignty of Nigeria. And I think, and I repeat the point, that this is the time when we need adults in the room. I think one professor, was it Professor Bolaji Akinyemi, who warned President Bola Ahmed Tinubu not to go and confront Donald Trump, as if he knew that we will get to this point. And that's why I say we need adults in the room. There shouldn't be all these small boys, around the place. No, the adults are there. We have President Obasanjo. We have President Jonathan, who once suffered in the hands of the Americans. We have General Babangida. We have Ambassador Anyauku. We have the younger generation, people like Ambassador Jokeshi. We have this human resource. President Tinubu should call them immediately. And then they put their heads together. How do we address this issue? It's not something that some small boys will go and be getting emotional and be talking out of tone about subjects that they do not understand. And I think that this is the moment. I repeat the point, that all of us have to come together to defend not the administration, but to defend Nigeria. This time does not call for partisanship. It's not about partisanship. It's about what we think of our country, because we cannot afford a religious war in this country. And the religious leaders should be called also to get involved. The Sultan of Sokoto, who is the leader of the Muslim faithful, Cardinal Francis Cardinal Nayeka is there, Bishop Matthew Kuka, Pastor, okay. Bishop Oyedepo. All these people can come together. All these religious leaders, they should come together and support the government and say, yes, we are Christian leaders. The objective in Nigeria is religious harmony. Donald Trump cannot be more Nigerian than Nigerians themselves. And this complex and this contradictory approach from the United States has to be, addressed at the level of engagement. And secondly, is that, well, this is a wake-up call, I've said it before, for government to realize that this problem of insecurity has to be solved. Not too long ago, they said 42 people have been detained for trying to plot a coup.
Well, that's my
so
time.
Those fifth columnists in this country also have to be identified.
Absolutely, Dr. Abati.
Because some people are working against Nigeria.
All right.
And I do not think that that should be encouraged.